So, welcome back to PageKeytech, another operating systems series entry. What do we do in our poor Makefile? Well, why am I doing this? I didn't understand Make. I made it work up to this point, but I wanted to write my own script to do it, and I couldn't get unit testing working with Make, and it was very confusing as it was, so I just wanted to write a Python script that goes line by line and does exactly what it says it does. Make has a lot of hidden magic in there and the conventions of how you're supposed to do things and how you're supposed to use things. So I had to strip that away, and basically I just wanted to. There was no other good reason. Pitfalls, reasons you might not want to do this in your own projects. It doesn't check if things need to be rebuilt, which Make does for you with like hashes or checksums or something. Could implement something like that, no problem, but for now it's not part of it, and if the project gets big, it might take a while to build. And it's a custom script instead of using a standard thing. So that makes it really hard for anyone who is not me to understand it. What changed? All of the Makefiles and make.am files are gone now. They've been replaced by scripts/os.py. It does build, it does test, build the ISO, build the kernel, all that stuff. The CI/CD, the README, all those references I think have been updated. And then one other minor change is that I refactored stuff out of kernel.c that are related to screen displaying text on the screen and put that in screen.c, which I had screen.c, it was just a blank file, so I guess I forgot to do this before. What's next? Hopefully the last video that is just setup and dev environment. I'm drawn to these things, I like them, but it's not actually making our OS do anything. It's been like 3 videos of this type, so got to get back to actually making the OS do something. I wanted to have like test-driven development for this operating system and perfect DevOps and all that stuff, but I'm going to give up on that. What we have is good enough. What can be tested, we'll test. Anything else, just let it go. So, going to move on to something more interesting. As far as how this looks, nothing really changes. You just do Docker shell to get into the Docker environment, and then instead of running make or anything like that, you can run build for the custom build script and any of these commands: build, test, run, debug, clean. So if we do scripts os.py/run, we get our qemu window just like before. Same for the other commands, no big deal. And I cleaned up some of the scripts, but you still have Docker build and Docker run, as well as Docker shell. So walking through the changes, I'll try to keep it short. Some scripts updates to get rid of the make references. The actual script itself, which has some variables at the top, just like the Makefile did, all the paths within the repository. And then it has pretty print and pretty call, which is just a wrapper to print the command and then execute it. And then we have each command as a Python function. So you have build, you have test, which is split into test unit, and test integration. You have run, debug, clean, print usage. And then at the bottom, all it does is just detect which one you're going for. And if it doesn't see one of those 5 options, it just says not recognized and tells you what you can do. So that's it. Test unit's been merged into that file entirely. What else? We deleted the boot folder because I deleted the boot folder because we're not using that anymore. It's just an artifact of previous tutorials. So got rid of that, got rid of all the make files. Kernel.c, removed a lot of code and put that into screen.c, which is now populated, which is great. Same thing for the header file, moved that stuff over. VGA, no real changes there. Updated file names and things like that to keep it cleaner. Put everything in the build folder, the dist folder, or the public folder. And other minor changes, really nothing to write home about here. Oh, updated the README, of course. And that's it. That's the changes. And with that, it's approved and it's merged. Done. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed, consider subscribing, liking, and joining the PageKeyTech Discord.